So the 496 big block Chevy is ready. I ported the cylinder heads, they're doing good numbers. It's about 10.7 compression. I would like to have more, but it is going in a street car. And then you're falling into custom dome pistons and all that stuff. So it's under 11 to 1. It's not even 10 and 3/4, 10.7, 10.75 to 1. It's got 700 lift, net, camshaft, saw roller. The heads flow around 350 at that specific lift. So I decided to run a Dominator intake. Like that would take advantage of, this big block intakes flow really good. So it won't even be losing, it'll be losing about maybe 3%. They flow really good because that intake can keep up to a head that flows 400 CFM. So it's very good intake. The camshaft duration is not to use the maximum of this intake, but it will do good. So for the street, I decided to run a 4150 carburetor, custom carburetor from Pro Systems. We're waiting for the carb to come in. And I did a pretty trick thing that people usually run in limited street, like when you're limited to a 4150 carburetor. So we're gonna put a nitrous plate on this thing too. Okay, that's a Dominator plate. I think it's a big shot plate. He has a lot of holes there. He's not gonna run a lot of nitrous, so maybe maximum 200 shot. But this is a custom spacer. It's slotted. So what you do is you put the studs from the Dominator base. I'm holding this, I can't line it up. All right, here we go. You put the studs coming right up, and the custom carburetor that I'm doing, it's the base plate. It's slotted this way, slotted that way, slotted this way, slotted that way. It will bolt right up to a Dominator intake with a base plate of a 4150. So we take advantage of the big plenum of the Dominator and still run a carb that will have a lot better street manners, being a 4150, because the Dominators on the street, they're not ideal. Under 3,000 RPM, they drive like dogs. So I don't know if you guys ever seen that before. This spacer here came out of a long time ago. We had a SC1 Bennett racing engine that was a nitrous motor for true street back then, and you had to run a 4150 intake, 4150 carburetor. So this is the kind of spacer that we'd use. So pretty good. I'm expecting good things. I don't think it's gonna make 700 because these heads have a valve angle kind of like the original ones. They actually use these heads for super stock, so they're nothing better than an original casting, just in aluminum. Even though they flow good, the ports are lazy. The valve angle, I think, is 26 degrees. I don't even think it's 24 degrees. This is 26 degrees. So all that is not just a flow, it's a lot of things together. And it's not an LS, this is a big block. They have one good port, one bad port. It's not an efficient cylinder head like the newer stuff, but it will still do pretty good. And it is on pump gas. So anyways, I figured maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys ever seen this before, but so I'll run the custom carb from Pro Systems, and we have a 1050 Dominator that we're gonna run also on the dyno. All right, the block is a little bit heavy. I have a stand sitting over there. forced to stand for no reason.